The bell rings. This match is officially underway. It is King Booker and the Devil's favorite demon, Kane. King Booker just moments ago, very reluctant to get inside the ring. And I don't blame him. If you're Booker T, after all this little mind games that you've been playing with Kane, that Queen Sharmell and King Booker have been playing with Kane, I would be afraid of being in a one-on-one match where Kane can finally get his hands like he is right now with these heavy shots. You do not want to be across the ring from the big red machine. Kane, a former WWE champion. Booker T, former 5-time champion. You can hear King Booker screaming. And a boot to the midsection of King Booker. And a back kick. Booker starting to fight back. Uh-oh. Only angering Kane. Kane, like a powerhouse, just throwing Booker into the corner. And now it's Kane who's breaking his opponent down. The King. Oh, what an elbow to Booker on the apron. Kane is a demented human being who you do not want to be across the ring from ever. Kane is the type of man who enjoys being lit on fire. And Kane has no limits. There are no limits to the demented mind of the big red machine. And that's the problem. And that's what King Booker is going to find out. King Booker is going to find out why you don't play with fire. As Kane, big boot to the face of King Booker. And Kane counters Booker. Booker sent into the corner. What a big back elbow to the big red machine. But instead, Kane countering. Knee right to the spine. What a backbreaker to King Booker. Both these two incredible performers inside the squared circle. But sometimes you don't always make the best decisions. And King Booker deciding to mess with Kane might not have been one of the wisest decisions he could have ever made. But instead, a head ringer to Kane. King Booker, an extremely decorated athlete in the world of sports entertainment. Kane sending Booker to the ropes. And Booker meets the boot in his face. And now Kane measuring up Booker. If he connects, it's all over. Instead, Kane measuring up for a clothesline. It seemed that Kane was going for a choke slam since the get-go. Kane has been dominant over King Booker. And what Booker needs to do is really wait for this mistake. Wait for a mistake of Kane. And that's where it might be right there. As he sends Kane face first into the steel steps. Kane glanced at the referee for a second. And that's what cost him right there to allow Booker T to be able to turn things around in this match. And you got to get back in the ring before the bell is called. King Booker has had one heck of a year. That has been 2006. Booker T up at the top. What a missile drop kick taking out the big red machine. And now it's Booker T who's really turned things around since Kane kind of distracted himself looking at the referee. As he pulls the leg back of Kane, going for the cover. The big red machine able to get the shoulders up at 2. And Kane is a monster. Kane is willing to go to extreme lengths. But King Booker is a big man in his own right. King Booker not that much smaller than Kane. As he tries to wear the Devil's favorite demon down. You can see Booker going after the arm. Booker using his technical skills to break down the Big Red Machine. As Kane trying to fight out of it, trying to fight through the pain, but you can see the pain in the eyes of the Big Red Machine trying to break free. King Booker is not going to let Kane go by any means necessary. Going to do whatever it takes to keep the Big Red Machine down. But the problem is, Kane is so powerful as he works back up to his feet and rolls over and sends Booker T. Look at the way he just sent Booker T over to break free. But how much damage has already been done to the Big Red Machine? Kane sending Booker to the ropes. And a big boot again to King Booker. As Kane gonna make the climb up to the top. Watch out, King. Turn around. You're not gonna love you. Turn around. You're not gonna like the view. Off the top. Oh! Great counter by the King. Beautiful drop kick to Kane. That's why he's the king of the ring. With counters like these, it proves why Booker is the king. All hail King Booker. Boom! What a heel kick. And King Booker going to pull the leg back for the cover to close this one out. But it's Kane who's able to get the shoulder up. And now we're getting into the deep waters. Now we're getting into it's either man's ball game. King Booker, former world champion. Went for another shot, but Kane blocks. And now it's Kane with a shot of his own. And again, it's Kane blocking again. And another right as Kane starts to fight his way back into this match. Kane, a former champion in his own right. And it's King Booker with a collision. Flying right into Kane. What a crash. What a collision between these two. That's what it means. It's about getting to the next level. It's about leveling up. As King Booker unloads these vicious shots at the Big Red Machine, you can hear the sound of the fist of Booker T connecting with the skull and connecting with the ribs of the Big Red Machine. The king of the ring, and he's feeling like the king of the world. Queen Charmel, that is, to put respect on her name, is loving every moment of what her king is doing to the Big Red Machine. And the king's starting to feel it. King Booker, hit and run. Hit and move. Keep it going. Keep the momentum going. King Booker keeping the blood flowing, getting that momentum going as he starts to feel it. And King Booker wearing Kane down. Perhaps Booker looking for a suplex, but Kane just too powerful, too big. And a suplex of his own. Kane able to counter the King. Kane able to get a suplex on Booker. And the Big Red Machine, Kane, the devil's favorite demon, trying to turn things around. Oh, but it's Booker with a kick to Kane. It seemed that Kane was trying to pick up some momentum, but now this is the King's time to get the cover, to capitalize on this. You hear Queen Charmel saying to finish this. It's it. Nope. And Kane able to kick out of two, and Kane sits up. Queen Charmel now arguing with the officials, saying the cover should have been a little bit quicker, the count. But now it's Booker with a hard shot. Kane fighting back. The King is stunned. Going tit for tat, blow for blow. It's any man's ball game. Any man's game as Kane starts to get back in this. That's what you don't want to do, is let Kane build any momentum. Uh-oh. Especially not this late into the match. And a boot to the midsection. And Booker with a boot to the midsection. It seemed a little low, but the official, Charles Robinson, watching this very closely to make sure everything is going right down the middle, looking for the scissor kick. But Kane blocked. What a clothesline. Turning Booker T inside out, turning him like a pretzel. Big turning point. We are at ground zero. Both men are down and out. Who's going to be able to get back up to their feet first? Ref already at the count of 5. King starting to stir a little bit. Kane hasn't moved at all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This smells like trouble as Kane sits up. This is not going to be good for King Booker, and he's about to find out what happens when you mess with the devil's favorite demon. And now it's Kane who unloads these heavy artillery shots on King Booker. And at 10. And now it's Kane who sends Booker to the corner. It seemed the official was a little bit lenient there on that 5 count on Kane, who was unloading heavy blows to Booker. And now it's Booker who stumbles out of the corner as Kane takes down King Booker with a sidewalk slam. Kane now finally back where he wants to be with momentum as Kane heads up to the top. Kane up at the top. Boom, what a shot, taking out King Booker. And the second time's the charm as Kane measures up the King. Well, there's Queen Sharmell arguing with referee Charles Robinson. Oh, and the side leg kick. Kick right to the face of Kane. And here comes the scissor kick. Uh-oh. And a chokeslam. What goes up must come down. Enjoy the law of gravity, because Kane has defeated King Booker. The big red machine stands tall tonight over the King. Down goes the King. And rises is the big red machine. The demented Kane. Had a little bit of a misstep, but able to find a step back in this. It was a hard-hitting bout between these two. King Booker gave it the fight of his life, but tonight, at No Way Out, there was no way out when you play inside the Devil's Circle, as Kane is victorious.